Hello folks, just going to put a little video up to explain the seasons, okay? Should be noted that these videos are taken during the coronavirus lockdown, so we're just using equipment we've got at home, okay? Here we've got a nice little globe, and this is representing my sun shining in this direction here, this little lamp. And here we've got a person who is situated in Leamington Spa in the United Kingdom. Okay, it's actually, if I turn him around, it's actually Robin. Okay, from Batman and Robin. There he is, stuck on top of the world there. And you'll notice actually that the UK during this season, whatever season this is, the UK is very high up on the globe. Okay, if they lived in some part of Africa down there, the sun would be shining directly on top of his head, but he's not. He lives in Leamington. There, bang. Now then, this means that the sun is really quite low in the sky. Okay, it's not shining down on top of his head. At midday here, he's facing towards the sun. At midday, the sun is really quite low in the sky. What happens 6 months later? Well, 6 months later, the sun is on the other side there. But that's during the night, so I'm now just going to rotate it around during the day. And 6 months later, you can see that the sun is shining, not exactly on top of his lovely plastic head, but quite close to the top of his head there. The sun is far more overhead than it was in this season. And this season is winter, when the sun never really climbs very high in the sky, in the UK that is. And this season, 6 months later, when the sun is on the other side there, 6 months later, the sun is not exactly overhead, not in the UK, but very close to being overhead. Now, what does that mean? What does that height of the sun in the sky, why does that give us these seasons? Okay. Well, let's have a little look here. Here we've got two diagrams. This is showing the sun's rays striking the top of the globe, just like when our little fella was sitting on the top here. And this shows the sun's rays striking much lower down. Okay. Now when the sun's rays strike the top here, there is a much bigger surface area of land here. And this width of rays, which is the same as down here, is spread over a greater land area and a bigger volume of atmosphere. Down here, the sun's rays are concentrated over a smaller area and a smaller volume of atmosphere. So, if you're in this position, you feel it to be a lot warmer than if you're in this position. There is far more concentration of the sun's rays here than there is when you're higher up the globe here. Okay? And what causes this change in height of the sun is, of course, this, the tilt of the Earth. And our Earth is tilted at 23 degrees, is it? 23.5 degrees, I think. I've written it there. Yeah. And that causes this change in weather patterns that we call the seasons. Okay? A couple of questions for you. What would happen if we lived on a planet where there was no tilt? Okay. And can you find out if any other planets have a tilt similar to Earth's? Do they display seasons? I can think of one that shows definite seasons. Okay, that's it folks.